Today I'm going to share my study about how gender affects communication in dating relationships. My research looks at how aggressiveness and kindness influence politeness and why men and women communicate differently. This topic is important because good communication builds strong relationships, but misunderstandings can cause problems. And I will explain the background, literature, methods, finding, discussion, limitations, and conclusion of my study. By the end, you will see how society shapes the way we talk in dating. Communication is very important in dating. It helps couples feel close and solve conflicts. Men and women often talk differently because of how they grow up. Men tend to use direct words, like giving orders, while women focus on being polite and caring. For example, women might use soft words and to avoid fights. Aggressiveness, like saying mean things, can hurt politeness. Kindness, like supporting your partner and make the relationship better. And my study wants to know how these behaviors affect politeness in dating and how gender makes a difference. A survey of young people helps us understand these patterns. Many studies shows that gender changes how people communicate. Men often talk in a strong, task-focused way, but women care more about feelings and relationships. In dating, men might interrupt to show control, while women use gentle words to keep peace. Politeness is key to avoid hurting feelings. It balances wanting approval and staying independent. Some cultures, like in East Asia, have special polite rules. Aggressiveness, like criticizing someone, can damage relationships. Kindness, such as showing love, makes communication better. Women are often more polite, especially with friends, and this helps in dating too. In online dating apps, indirect words work well to build connections. Gender roles from society also shape these behaviors. Men were taught to be strong, sometimes aggressive, while women learn to be caring. These ideas help us understand why communication differs in dating. To study this, I surveyed 35 college students aged about 18 to 24, including 20 men and 15 women. They all had dating experience, so their answers were relevant. The survey had 10 questions, scored from 1 for disagree to 4 for strongly agree. It asked about aggressiveness, kindness, and politeness. For example, one question was, do I criticize my partner when I upset? Another was, do I use indirect words to avoid hurting feelings? The survey was done online using Google Forms and took about 2 to 3 minutes. I used t-tests to compare men's and women's answers and collaboration to see how the behaviors were related. This helped me find out how gender affects communication. The survey showed clear differences. Men and women were kinder and more polite than men. They used gentle words to support their partners. Men were more aggressive, like using harsh words. But not all men were the same. Some men were less aggressive. The results also showed that aggressiveness made politeness weaker. For example, criticizing a partner reduces polite talk. Kindness makes politeness stronger, like when people show care. However, aggressiveness and kindness were not strongly connected. This means some people can be both aggressive and kind. These findings show that women's communication helps keep peace, while men's styles vary. The results tell us that gender affects dating communication a lot. Women's high kindness and politeness come from how society teach them to care and avoid fights. They use soft words to make relationships peaceful. Men's communication is different. Some men use aggressive words, but others don't, showing not all men are dominant. Harsh words hurt politeness, making talks less friendly. Kind words build better communication, helping couples feel close. Interestingly, aggressiveness and kindness don't always oppose each other. Some people act both ways, which makes communication complex. Culture also play a role. For example, some places value politeness more, affecting how people talk. Women's politeness seems stronger than men's aggressiveness, showing society's big influence. These patterns help us understand why men and women communicate differently in dating and how it affects their relationships. The survey had some limits. It only included 35 students, so the results may not fit everyone. People's answers may not be fully accurate because they report their own behavior. Also, the study only looked at young college students. This means we don't know how other ages or cultures. The weak link between aggressiveness and kindness might come from the small sample or how people understood the questions. In conclusion, my study shows that gender differences shape dating communication. Women are kinder and more polite, using gentle words to build harmony. Men vary in aggressiveness, with some being less aggressive. Aggressiveness reduces politeness, but kindness makes it stronger. Society plays a big role in these patterns. This study helps us understand why women and men talk differently and how it affects dating relationships. Thank you for listening.